Video about a case study. In this case study, I will be talking about a security and privacy issue in a case study that I mentioned in my previous video. I will be provide a brief overview of the case study, and I will be talking key security and privacy risks and amelioration tactics for preventing those security and privacy issues. Finally, some future development related to handling those issues. Before start, let's refresh ourselves with the case study. As I mentioned in my previous video, the overall case study is about a project related to building an environmental monitoring system, which is capable of monitoring soil moisture in surface soil through applying sensors and wireless technologies. This system consists with number of soil moisture probes, which measure the moisture in surface of the soil. Each of these measured data is sent to a related node, or in other words, to a sensor node. Each of these nodes were connected by using a GSM modem which centralized all the collected data. After that, the collected data was sent to its appropriate users in the lab. The end device could be a mobile phone or a computer. Key security risks. Under security risk, the overall system is consisted with 4 layers. Physical layer, where all the sensors are located. Link layer, where the connection between sensors and modem happen. Network layer, responsible for connecting all the sensor nodes together in a centralized location. And finally, the transport layer, where all the transport occur between GSM modem and end devices, such as mobile phone or a computer. In each layer, I will be separately explain what are the possible security risks. In this system, the possible attacks at physical layer are jamming and tampering. Jamming is a common attack at physical layer. The attacker continuously sends signal of the same frequency as that of the sensor node. This radio signal interferes with the original signal sent by the sensor node, and the receiving node will not get any signal because of the interference created by the attacker. Link layer attacks. In here, the attacker transmits data with same frequency and increase the collision in the network, and resubmission of the same data violate the energy of the particular node and exhaust the resources. In network layer attacks, in this attack, the attacker on the particular node or the mode in such a way that the node forward only selective message and drop other messages. This could lead to huge data loss. And finally, in transport layer, the flooding is possible. The attacker sends many requests to the target node to connection establishment, and while doing so, they exhaust its resources. Okay, let's talk about some privacy issues in the system. Under key privacy risks, I first will talk about data confidentiality. The data confidentiality is a vital part in a wireless network. The information which passes through the network must be confidential. In here, the information will be the data related to soil moisture. Sensor node information like its sensor identities and keys that are public should be protected using techniques like cryptography to ensure the data confidentiality. Sensor network should not leak its sensitive reading to the neighboring networks. In accessibility, each node is connected to access the sensor data of other node through some defined key procedure. If the key encryption mechanism is not strong enough, other neighboring network may access to those sensor nodes and monitor all the data without any interference. Also, it could reveal the physical location of each sensor node to other neighboring networks. And the most important is user's location. Based on the case study, the end user view all the collected data through a mobile phone or a computer. So an adversary may be able to track the movement of a given user and violate his or her privacy privacy by discovering the frequent address habits and accordingly infer sensitive information about that user. This is a major privacy issue in this system. Now we discuss how we could improve the wireless sensor network to reduce its security and privacy issues. Under security, enforcing access restrictions. To prevent unauthorized access to the system, an access control mechanism is needed. The set of users authorized to access collected environmental data is typically very dynamic. So only the allowed users can access the data. Anti-jamming techniques. In here, ultra-wideband is used as an anti-jamming technique. A very short pulse is seeded on wide frequency band, which is very difficult for adversary to detect and interfere with it. Geographic based routing. In case of a malicious node try to access the network, the malicious node will be detected and other nodes are aware of their location. Therefore, this kind of attack can be avoided. Privacy issues can be answered through enforcing data encryption techniques for encrypt stored and outsourced data. Fragmenting the data. The joint visibility of some piece of information is sensitive and valuable, but such a piece of information are split in a different portions, then it will be not usable for everyone, and only the users who know to join them can extract the information. Finally, the dynamic grouping of users. All the end users are grouped associated with a specific location and remained grouped together as the time passes, so no one can separately identify users and their locations. Let's see what are the future developments related to security and virus issues. Increased fault tolerance of the wireless sensor network. It can be useful when an adversary turns out to be successful through damage in the system. In such a situation, the system can automatically report the damage to the users, so they will be able to fix it within few hours. Solar battery recharging solution can ensure continuous power supplies even in a main power failure. And finally, further studying in mode antenna and radio will help to improve the security of the network layer. Thank you for watching this video. Hope you all enjoy it.